Welcome to storied Beaver Stadium in State College, Pennsylvania. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. It's the Texas A&M Aggies and the Penn State Nittany Lions. Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer with you. Holly Rose down on the sideline. Hello, Holly.
Guys, I caught up with the Texas A&M head coach before the game. He understands both teams are in the top 25. Both teams are quality with a lot of talent on the rosters. But he believes this stadium can make a difference. This crowd has proven to be one of the best in college football. They have been pumping in crowd noise all week at practice to make sure they are prepared for this moment. Back to you.
Holly, thank you. This ought to be a tremendous matchup. Kicker headed to the football, the crowd eager, and off we go, the start of a new season. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Carry of the season. Forges ahead, picks up about 3 to the 29. It's hard to find a place these days that the Big Ten doesn't touch geographically, but there's a lot of crossover with the Big Ten and Big 12 and plenty of bragging rights on the line when their schools meet.
You think about Nebraska once upon a time being in the Big 12, now in the Big 10 too. These conferences also recruit in similar areas too. So this game is interesting, David, because a lot of these players, they're familiar with each other from high school.
Yeah, and I tell you, from experience, you hate that. Like, you get to know each other, you go to the other school, like, you're now my enemy. You're not my friend anymore. So a chance to prove it, a chance for the Big 12, who's been kind of pillaged and pulled apart at times, sometimes by the Big 10. Let's go out and make a statement today.
Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's 3rd and long. Looking for a crease. It's Hansen. There's a little room there. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
It's a really good sign if you're on offense here. You're putting it on your offensive line on 3rd down. Critical down and distance, opening drive of the game. Let those guys fire off, get a hat on a hat. You can run the ball, pick up the first. You're around midfield. And all things looking pretty good here early for this offense.
Ryan's his big tight end. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down.
Well, if you're going to complete these in-breaking routes over the middle of the field, it's really important as a quarterback you don't stare the guy down and tip off where you're throwing the football. He's trying to freeze the safeties in this defense.
Oh, he's got some space. And he waltzes in for the score. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
And that is exactly what they wanted to see. They talked about bolstering their speed at the running back spot. They said this guy could do it, and you get a good glimpse of it early in this football game. Palmer, there's one thing to talk about speed. It's another thing to talk about speed. And that guy takes off, erases some angles, and makes the big play early.
It's so true, David. There's so many really good running backs in the country that can make people miss, but when we see them get into the second level, they always get caught. This guy is a little bit different. And now if you're on defense, that's a big alert. You know, hey, if we don't tackle him, if linebackers miss him, if safeties miss him, and this guy gets in the second level, he is taking it to the house. There's a lot of pressure now in this defense to tackle.
That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. This is what we expected. This crowd ready to make its presence known. On the ground, it's Owens. Finds a little bit of space. He'll get 3 out to the 15.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20-yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
He almost picked up the first down on that one, but he'll be just a little bit short. As Holly mentioned earlier, this home crowd can create a huge advantage. Knocked down in the backfield, and that'll bring up 4th down. They're getting to the line quickly and staying out there on 4th down. Trying to keep this drive alive. They make the stop, but he'll have enough yardage for a 1st down. And the Aggies in the hurry up. Timeout taken here by the Aggies. That'll be their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend.
Well, that is a gutsy play call on that 4th down. I think everybody here in the stadium, including myself, was expecting them to try to throw the football, but they ran it and caught the defense off guard.
Texas A&M back to work with another 1st down. Throwing Reed. Looking for a deep man. And that'll be incomplete. They tried to hit him with a big one on 1st down. Guys, let's take a minute here and talk about Texas A&M. They start the season in the top 10. Ideal position to make a run. But what do they need to avoid?
Well, I think you avoid the talks about me and where we're at, because that doesn't matter. This team's got a lot to prove. It's a very talented team, but they got to start the season off fast. That first impression makes a big deal in all these voters, Jesse.
Yeah, I think a lot of these players are hungry to prove that top 10 ranking is legit. And talking to some of their guys too, David, they actually feel like they're not ranked high enough. They actually feel disrespected being where they are, which is pretty amazing considering this is already a really great jumping point. I can't wait to see how they play today.
The decibel meter's about to explode. One of the great environments, wide out level noise. Now here's Reed. Another incompletion on 3rd down. Wait just a second. They're leaving the offense on the field. They're going to go for it in this situation. Timeout taken here by the Nittany Lions. That'll be their first. After using an early one, 2 left for them to spend. Three straight incompletions, and undaunted, they'll go for it on 4th and 10. Fourth down, Reed. The sweet feet buy a little time. Fires to the right. They bring him down, but once again, this offense moves the chains on 4th down to keep the drive alive. The definition of four-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere. Just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do. But maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the first down. Nothing to worry about, Reese.
They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49.
And I think one of the secret sauces from a year ago for A&M was Craver and Concepcion. They were the best 1-2 punch in college football as far as playmaking receivers. Guys that could catch it short and take it long. Now you bring in Horton.
Open field on the right. He goes out of bounds right at the 10-yard line, and the offense can smell the touchdown from here.
Well, it's a really nice job by the quarterback that time, working through his progressions, because the running back was not the primary target on that play. You find the check down, though, and when you get it to that guy, if he's even got a little bit of room, he's got the wiggle and the speed, he's going to make something really positive happen. He did right there.
The option look. Now the pitch. Wrestled down at the 8-yard line as they threaten deep in the red zone. Following that run, we have a player who is shaken up. That is their freshman offensive lineman, and boy, they hope this isn't too serious. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on that. Here's Reed to throw. He's going for the goal line, and he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, Aggies! I tell you, when this drive started, the defense thought they had them in a hole. Not anymore. What a performance.
And I really like the play calling by the offensive coordinator on that last drive. That was a nice mixture of running and throwing and getting different players involved. Really nice job, very poised in that play calling, and it showed up with the touchdown.
And they did tack on that extra point with no problem. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they finished things off with an 8-yard toss for the score. And a special teams miscue as the kickoff goes out of bounds. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Offense working from the pistol. Takes the handoff. It's Hansen. There he goes. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44.
And they have got a weapon in this offense right there at running back. This dude is tremendous. You think about Franco Harris, you think about Kajana Carter, Curtis Enos, Saquon Barkley, time and time again, Penn State running backs wearing defenses down. This guy is a problem, and this defense better find a way to slow him down.
One back in the backfield, and they'll give it to him. That is a big win for this defense, as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And when you play defensive end, it's all about getting off the football. You can tell, gets off the football really fast, gets in the backfield, gets the running back before he knows what hit him. What a play by the defensive end.
And the quarterback will be slung down back at the 43.
And it's such an advantage for this defense to have an outside linebacker like that can rush the passer, because they can set the edge. They can get off the ball, and they're just way too fast for tight ends or for offensive tackles to get out and block them.
Escapes the pressure to his right. A big play, gets it into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 44.
Well, the sack on the last play obviously put them behind the chains. He's doing everything he can on this scramble to try and go and get the first down, but got to give the defense tons of credit. Not only do you get the sack the previous play, but you're able to chase down a pretty athletic guy and now set up fourth.
Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He wants to change this route. On fourth down, going to the air. And as he throws, oh, he dropped it. He just lost his concentration and didn't look it all the way in. And they are stopped on fourth down. That decision will be questioned.
Man, sometimes the best defense is getting a little bit lucky. He was open. He had a chance to make a play. He just drops it through his hand. It was pretty good defense, but you take those breaks when you can get them.
First snap of this drive comes from their own 44. Reed. Oh, he wants it all. And he tried to take the top off with the first play of the drive and got nothing to show for it.
What a play by the defender that time, because he's matched up one-on-one man coverage against an outstanding wide receiver, and it's the defender who makes the play. Really, really good position. He was up to the challenge. Interesting to see if this quarterback goes his way again.
The Aggies want to pick up the tempo. From the gun on third down, Reed. Got his man on the right. At the 35, he's got room. Gets it past the marker for a first down, and that's the way we will wrap up the first quarter. Absolutely nothing settled. Deadlocked after one period of play as we have a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. So after the break, they'll go back to work. Play fake, Marcel Reed. Looking for an open area to his left. Incomplete, thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And quarterback's accuracy goes way down when you start to get him on the move. And you want to make it go way down even further? Pop that sucker. Nice job making him move, scramble out to his left, and then getting a good clean stick on him. That's two things he has to think about.
Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Texas A&M. And they take it in for 6 more points.
This receiver is dangerous because of what he can do after the catch. Once he has the football, he is so good at making defenders miss. You saw it on that play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point is true, and they're on top by 7. A very efficient 5-play scoring drive. And they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Penn State sends the offense back onto the field. What a turn that last drive was. Didn't pick up the 4th down, and it led to the scoring drive, David.
And those are frustrating because you think you might get points, and then your defense gives up points. This has got to be a complementary football type deal. The offense now needs to provide a little spark and give this defense some hope.
No doubt, David. They got to turn the page, and they've got to play with a little bit more urgency here, knowing they've got to get that one back and put a good drive together.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
My job is to make sure that ball comes loose, and I got to go through that guy, use my shoulder pad, drive my feet, really, really be physical, because if he bobbles it at all, or as soon as his hand gets to the ball, you can tell the difference when that body jerks forward and that ball starts to come loose and pop out.
Looking downfield, it's Beck. Quickly out to the tight end. That's not quite going to be enough as they stop him 4 yards short of the marker.
Man, wow, what a catch by the big fella. And when he's not open, he's open. So nice to have a big target that can make those type of catches. I imagine he'll keep throwing him the football.
I don't know if this is the time for this type of risk. Offense going for it inside its own 40. Trying to keep the drive alive. He's not quite going to get there, and they'll turn it over on downs as the defense stops him a few yards short.
Aggressive. You want to be aggressive. You want to take chances, and you tell your team about it all week, and you come out and you get an opportunity in the first half to go for it on 4th down. You shot your shot. The problem is now you put your defense in a bad situation early in this game where you're going to have to try to find a way to get a stop.
Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas A&M.
I know we're only in game 1, but in this half, you've got to be excited about what you've seen from this offense. Really nice rhythm. Quarterback's got great command on the field with respect to what they're trying to do, and they've got some weapons. I can't wait to see what this offense does this year.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point puts them on top 21-7. That's the kind of drive everybody loves. OC, quarterback, one snap, put it in the end zone. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Penn State's offense comes onto the field ready to start the drive. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat. Turning it on! Smashes ahead. He's up to 86 yards rushing in this first half, and he is making quite the impression in the opener.
This offensive line takes a lot of pride. They're very good at communicating, and they love pushing fronts around. You're seeing it on that last play, breaking off a long run, doing it early in the season in the opening game. That sets the tone for this offense.
Handoff for Peoples. Finding some room, and he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Penn State! Lining up for the PAT. And with the extra point, they're down a touchdown, 21-14. They wasted no time on that drive. Got it on their 25, and 2 plays later, they're in the end zone. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Makes a move. This guy is so dangerous. The excellent vision to find a lane and get it out and set up the offense with good field position. The Aggies offense will have another go at it. As productive as these two offenses have been early, you really can't afford an empty possession here. Reed unloads to the wideout. Working that left side. Breaks a tackle, and he might go. To the house. Touchdown, Aggies. PAT unit on the field. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. That drive not too taxing on the playbook. One play, put it in the end zone just like that. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Lions will get things going as their offense heads out to the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Peoples. Give him 9 on that one. Sets up a 2nd and 1.
Coaches always harp about staying ahead of the chains, and when you can run with that type of efficiency on 1st down, man, you are doing just that.
9-yard pickup on 1st down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. Back to the ground with the running back. Might have a chance. Out of bounds right at the 20-yard line. Edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on the score. He now has 110 yards rushing, and he has busted the century mark in this season opener. The Nittany Lions have it with a 1st and 10. Running the red zone. It's Hansen. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line?
And with that run, he goes over 100 yards. We knew coming into this game tonight they wanted to force-feed him the football. They knew to win the game, they were going to have to establish the running game and be the more physical team in the trenches. You turn around and give this guy the ball, good things generally happen, and we've seen that over the course of this game.
And just a great job by the defense being stout, right? That's your job. Be stout up front, stuff in the run play, make them get in more passing situations, but do not let them run the football. That's 101. Stop the run first.
We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. The Nittany Lions come to the line on 3rd and short, hoping to keep the drive alive. To the air, it's Beck. Got it! He gets it in! Touchdown, Penn State!
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And they finish it by firing one in from the 13 for the score. And he's not going to take the touchback. Tackled and brought down at the 16-yard line after the return. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Reed on the play action. Stands in and takes the hit. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in.
This QB has been so comfortable all day long. Obviously having a ton of success. You've got to affect him. You've got to put some hits on him, those body blows, so you can make him wear out and physically feel you. This is the first time really getting to him. This defense needed this bad.
Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
That back had nowhere to go. Defensive line ate up the blocks. But how about the linebacker swarming in, coming in and making a great play on the ball carrier?
Now he'll fire back into the middle. Makes a deep grab. First grab of the season for this highly talented freshman. They believe he's just going to get better each and every snap.
Well, this quarterback, I think, has earned the right to take shots here late in the first half. They've had a lot of success. They've got the lead. They're not going to play it safe. He's going to make good decisions, and when he has opportunities to throw strikes, he's going to hit those throws.
And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And this offense gets nothing done on that play, but look at them. They're continuing to run this tempo. They want to try to do something to get a spark going to create a big play.
Complete to the right. Finds some room. He's at the 10. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Aggies!
And how big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you could have offensively. And, David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the first half.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Takes the handoff. It's Hansen. Breaks into the open. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down. And the Nittany Lions want to crank the tempo. They'll give it to him again.
And I go back to him again, too, man. I mean, just the big play, the play before, and they say, why not? Try it again, get it to their running back, try to create some space. Better job by the defense being gap sound, coming downhill, not letting him break tackles and make a big play.
Got out of trouble and throws. Finds his tight end. Penn State will spend its second timeout. And they'll still have one in their pocket for what's left in this first half.
That's a great example of the defense there tackling the catch. As soon as the big fella caught the ball, down he went, not picking up the first.
Third and short from the 49. Is this four-down territory? Dropping back, it's Beck. Here's the pressure. He's got first down yardage as they move it to the 44. The Nittany Lions decide to spend their third and final timeout. And they won't be able to stop the clock again for the remainder of this half. To the air on first down. Rush is on him. And not much going on downfield. He'll just get rid of it and live to play another down.
And with that incompletion, man, this crowd, I don't know that they are really happy about what's going on. I mean, they already built a deficit, and they don't have a lot to cheer about. They got to get some kind of rhythm, something going on this offense to ignite this fan base.
Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. And back to the air on second down. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9.
And that's a really good job by this defense. A complete defensive effort. When the back end makes the quarterback hold the football a little longer than he wants to, and then the pass rush gets home, hits him, and forces the incompletion.
Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. And he is sacked as the defense adds a little emphasis to wrap up this first half. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. And that might be the edge of his range, but he had just enough. Now the lead is down to 11. Halftime as both teams head into the locker room. We're looking forward to a terrific second half, but before that, let's check in with Kevin Connors.
Guys, we welcome you into the Week 0 edition of the EA Sports College Football Update Show. We begin our wraparound with Clemson, taking on the number 11 team, the LSU Tigers. And it's Clemson looking to bounce back from a Week 1 loss. They lead it here in the first half. We'll see how things progress. Now let's take a look at some other top 25 action going on around the country.
Here comes the Aggies offense out to start this drive. They got plenty done through the air in the first half, and we'll see if they even need to look for balance as we start the third quarter.
Well, and I think defensively, you understand, like the running game isn't a big part of the plan. I wonder how they adjust and play more coverage to this pass-happy offense.
Yeah, so you're going to have to be ready if you're a quarterback then. You're probably going to see some different coverages. You might see a little bit more blitz in the second half as well. So you have to know where your answers are.
Throwing Reed. They're setting up the screen. Oh, he's got some space. They'll make the stop, but not before they use the screen beautifully and pick up the first down.
Man, they've been scoring a lot of points. When you've got the skill and you've got the speed outside at wide receiver, that's why. And here we are in the second half, and Nothing's changing. If they can't cover us, we're going to keep taking shots, and that's what you got to do. This quarterback right now, he's in a beautiful rhythm. He's seeing the field. The game looks slow to him right now, and he's executing at an incredibly high level. And these receivers outside, man, they are winning each and every time.
To the air, it's Reed. Complete. Made a defender miss. Gets the ball right to the 50-yard line, and that'll be enough for a first down.
And with that pass right there, dude, he goes over 350 on the day. Nice performance. This QB's been dialed in.
This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up.
And the defense, you hold your breath. When this receiver has the football out in space, you have got to make sure you're playing with outstanding pursuit. Nice job there, but as this game goes on, they've got to keep an eye on this guy and make sure they know where he is at all times.
And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at third down.
Well, in that last deep shot, it looked to me like the quarterback probably forced that ball into coverage. But can you really blame him, guys? I mean, these two have already hooked up for 2 touchdowns in the game. If I'm him, I'm thinking the same thing. Even when he's covered, he's open. He's shown the ability to climb the ladder and make contested catches. So I don't mind him taking another shot there.
And the Aggies pounded the rock to move the sticks. Now back to work. Play action with Reed. Steps to his left, out of the pocket. He's got it. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. This offense had so much success in that first half, so in the third quarter, they come out, and the quarterback looks like he's still dealing. This has been a really nice drive. That was a really nice throw. Just keep doing what you're doing if you're on offense.
They get him down, but he was driving his way and gets it down to the 7-yard line.
That's a big key for this offense. Now, you've got the lead here in the second half. You want to run the football. You've got to just keep getting positive yards. You've got to keep the third downs manageable so you can stay on the field, bleed the clock. That's going to be the key for this offense and their team winning the game.
Caught. They will score. Touchdown, Aggies.
And with this long drive, man, they're just showing you what they've been showing you throughout this football game. They can get it done. They can score points. And now, getting later in the football game, getting up by 3 possessions, the pressure is really on.
And with the extra point, they're on top by 18. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Nittany Lions going back to work on offense now. After the defense just gave up a touchdown, they really need to put something together on this drive. They'll run for it. It's Peoples. Got enough for the first. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
And, man, he really hasn't been the problem today. How about that? He's rushed for over 100 yards, another big chunk play on the ground. They've continued to be able to run the football well, but here now in the second half, you've built yourself a deficit. I wonder how many more runs they got in them. They got to open this passing attack up and make some big plays.
Picked up maybe 3 on the play at 2nd and 7.
And that run really didn't go anywhere, and a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Trying to impose their will with the run. Maybe a crease. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be first down.
These running backs nowadays, they're built so low to the ground, thick and compact, but fast and shifty. They're just so hard to tackle. And you can see he just does a great job breaking tackles, breaking tackles. He does this consistently. That's why he's really hard to stop at the running back spot.
On the run, it's Wallace. There he goes. Knocked out of bounds at the 7-yard line. The big run's going to make it 1st and goal.
What great explosiveness by this running back to break through and almost get to the house, Jesse, but just comes up short.
Well, I'll tell you, he had a lot of help downfield as well. Receivers getting blocks and making life easier on the back there. And all of a sudden now, this offense knocking on the door deep down in their opponent's territory.
Touchdown, Nittany Lions! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And this offense shows you why they are really hard to stop. The long, explosive run. You think everybody's thinking run, pile in the box, the play-action pass. They can beat you with the run. They can beat you with the pass. This is a tough offense to stop.
Lining up to add another. And it's perfect. They put together a 5-play, 75-yard drive. And they close the deal with the 7-yarder for the score. He'll return it. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. This drive will start from the 19-yard line. Here's Reed to throw. Gonna take a shot. And he makes the catch, but he can't stay in bounds. That'll be incomplete.
Great job by the DB covering deep. Listen, you always say deep to shallow, deep to shallow. Don't give up the big play. Great job by the DBs, seeing the football, going and breaking on it, and make sure the wide receiver doesn't make a big play.
Gets it to him on the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the first down.
And it's something you learn as a pass rusher all the time, man. If I beat that tackle immediately, right away, there's usually a reason. They're wanting me to run upfield. He plays the screen beautifully. The defensive end stays home, sees it, makes a tackle on the running back, and prevents the big play.
That's just a mental error. On defense, you got to watch the ball. I understand the quarterback shouting and he's clapping and there's all this crowd noise, but you just got to hone in, watch the football before you come out of your stance.
Here comes the noise from this big crowd in Happy Valley on 3rd down. Just couldn't find any room, and he wound up throwing it in reverse. They lost yardage.
And as an offense, you've got an unconventional call. You're trying to get your receiver the ball using pre-snap motion, but you've got to do a better job up front blocking. Couldn't get it done, and now it sets up 4th down.
Texas A&M looking to convert on 4th here. Reed to throw for it on 4th. It's dropped, and oh, what a tough way to end this drive. They thought they had a good plan, but it did not work.
I know the analytics tell me to be aggressive and go for it, but in the second half, in these ball games, the analytics don't work for every single situation.
Got a little grass. Headed to the end zone, and he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Penn State!
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again, and how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a master class in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time. All of the momentum, all of the good juju right now, clearly on their side.
Looks like he's going to bring it out. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking for space. It's Edwards. Turning it on. Texas A&M. And they take it in for 6 more points.
Man, it's easy to call plays when I got guys like this who can take the ball and rip it 70-plus to the house. How about the speed? He showed you a little bit of wiggle. This dude's got it all. Nice touchdown run by the running.
Forget the kick. He's going to throw it. And he got a hand on it to knock it down in the end zone.
Texas A&M 48, Penn State 38. Number 38, set to kick it away.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Hand off to the lone back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
Not quite in rhythm there. Incomplete.
Well, I did not have this on my bingo card, guys, but being one of the most talented quarterbacks in college football, to be under 50% completions in this game, nobody saw that coming. He has not been able to find his rhythm, and he looks frustrated.
Active hands from the defense forcing that incomplete pass.
And you got to expect this offense to go for it again here on 4th down, right? Obviously trailing, we're in the second half, but we saw them try to go for it on 4th down early. Didn't have any success. They've got to dial up a better play here.
Punt is in the air on 4th down. Takes it on the return. The solid return there offsets some of the punt yardage and really sets up this offense nicely. After that punt return, there is a man slow to get up. That is their sophomore starting wide receiver. Hope he's just shaken up momentarily. Holly Rowe will keep an eye on it. They'll start this drive from their own 35-yard line. On the run, it's Owens. They can rely on this guy to pick up solid yardage when they need it, and he's out to the 43. Texas A&M has the lead at the end of the quarter. We take a moment to look at the stats and what has been a tight ball game. One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory. So the final period starts with a 2nd down play. Play fake, Reed. Slings it downfield. And it was worth going for a chunk play, but the long pass is incomplete.
I understand the sense of urgency for the offense now because you're trailing here by a lot in the 4th quarter. You're just trying to take a shot to see if you can get on the board and get some of this momentum back. But the problem is the defense understands that, so they're playing coverage, and they're doing a good job on the back end. Nice job forcing the incompletion.
Big 3rd down as the crowd gets behind this defense. Now on the option. Keeps it himself. Maybe some room here. That'll be enough for a 1st down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48.
And we've already seen this QB have success throwing the football down the field. How about the variety to his game? Now you run the option, you make the right read, get it to your pitch man where he can get upfield, get some extra yards. He's in the zone right now.
He's going to take off. Nice job there to limit the running room, and they get him out of bounds after a short gain.
Well, this defense is not going to be patient with this quarterback. They know that they have to affect him, and they have to dictate to him. So that time, they send the blitz. They're not even giving him an opportunity to sit back there and peruse the field. They flush him out. They're able to rally to him, get him down to the ground. I like the aggressive nature of the defense here.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position, you're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Across the 25. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Texas A&M. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And they closed the deal with a 39-yard run to the house. And with that kickoff going out of bounds, they will get great field position to start. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. On the move, it's Hansen. Breaks into the open. They'll get him on the ground, but he takes it all the way down to the 10.
You cannot let that happen to you defensively. That is the definition of getting gashed. They didn't have one guy in their front seven even get a finger on that guy.
First and goal, and this feels like their chance to make a game of it. Now the play fake. He'll throw it. Trying to barrel in. Touchdown, Penn State. Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board.
Here in the second half of this game, you're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2 now. If they're going to get back in this game, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Amen. I mean, keep finding him. He keeps making plays, keeps catching the football. And listen, when you find that matchup outside that works, that you can depend on, I don't blame quarterbacks for going back to them time and time again.
He'll bring it out. It's Bussey. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. Texas A&M's offense takes the field, ready to get this drive going. So that last touchdown made it a 2-possession game, but if this offense can do its job, they can put this one away. And it was worth the gamble, but the long pass is incomplete.
And I love the IQ by the defense on that play. Like, understand situational football. They're down by a couple scores. The clock is ticking. They need to make big plays. Nice job playing the deep ball and not giving up anything big.
Good, solid tackle.
And a lot of times the fit up front, you know, linebackers are fitting holes and that ball bounces and it's supposed to go somewhere. And sometimes it goes to a DB and the offense will get a W. Like, they'll get a win because you'll break a tackle. How about the tackle by that young fella? I know he likes to...
He's going to let it go. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have squeezed it. Marcel Reed to throw for it on 4th. Drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Desperately wanted to convert on 4th down, but couldn't do it.
I think that might be the very definition of just trying to rub salt in the wound, right? You got the lead, multiple possessions, you're looking really, really good. You know, late in the...
Could be an alley. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Nittany Lions.
Wow, this offense, they have a lot of faith in this running back, knowing if they get down in this area of the field, he can get it done and he can answer the bell. 2 rushing touchdowns already for this offense.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Coming out with it, it's Bussey. Tackled at the 24 and almost breaks even with the yardage he would have gotten with a touchback. The Texas A&M offense goes back to work. That last score the defense allowed made it a one-possession game, and there is plenty of pressure to have. Oh, he's got some space. That's why a good running game is a coach's and quarterback's best friend when you're trying to put the lid on the game. Reed. And it's picked off. That's the turnover they desperately needed. He's knocked down, but what a play to come up with the interception.
Let's go. Talk about leaving the door open. Yes, please. You think they might run the clock out, run the football consistently? No, sir. They put it in the air. We forced the interception. Great job by the defense. When they needed it the most, they came through.
First down here, what has been a highly entertaining Week 0 game. What a welcome to college football for this season. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Handoff for Peoples. Strong, firm tackle.
What a great play by the linebacker. You talk about filling a hole. Defensive line does their jobs. He comes in the hole and says, sit out, sir.
Third and 6 yards to go. Looking for room, it's Wallace. There's a crease. Nice job to pick up the first down, and they'll spot it at the 42.
Well, that's kind of the advantage of 3rd and medium, right? Is the defense, you keep them guessing. You can throw it, you can run it. That time they hand it off, and they pick it up.
Yeah, and you can see the D drop back a little bit. It creates a little bit of space. The running back blasts through, gets the first down.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Well, the defense blitzed on that last run, but it was the big fella on the inside that made the stop and made the play. Great job flying out of his stance, locating where the football was, and getting to the ball carrier. Really good job at the point of attack.
And that's going to fall to the ground incomplete. That was a physical matchup there. 3rd down coming. They need to get a little closer for a field goal try, and they've got to do it in a hurry. To the air, it's Beck. Looking for a big play. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
Oftentimes as a quarterback, when you have success early, you earn the right to take more shots. I think that's what you're seeing now in this game. We're here late. They're still throwing it deep because this quarterback's thrown 3 touchdown passes. He's proven to his coach that he can get it done and he can make the right decisions and not put his offense in harm's way. And that's why you're still seeing them throw it vertically downfield.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. He's not going to get there. Stopped short on 4th down.
Man, aggressive play calls. Everybody wants you to be aggressive. They're aggressive. They take their shot. Now they got to live with a little bit of the consequences. They turn the football over on downs. Now their defense has to go out on the field and make some stops.
As Holly mentioned earlier, this crowd trying to give its defense some energy in a clutch spot. They'll try to keep this clock moving on the ground. There's some room. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He makes the stop at the 33, but 10 yards on that play and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Play fake, Marcel Reed. Here's a heat. And he's left with no option but to throw it away.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Dances away to buy time. Finds space on the right. Runs through a man. He might have some space. He'll be stopped at the 6-yard line, but what a job picking up yardage after the catch. And as they come to the line, they have the lead, and they have the clock on their side. First and goal. Reed. Under heat, he gets rid of it.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
It's incomplete. He was shooting for the end zone right there.
And there's so much for a quarterback to think about. Stick it out in the belly. Do I pull it? Now when I pull it, oh, I got to get my feet set. Make an accurate throw to the right guy. So a lot of things going on. And I think that you saw that led to a little bit of inaccuracy.
Timeout called by the offense. 29 seconds left on the clock. On third and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Deafening noise. Reed trying to cut through it. Touchdown, Aggies. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Well, they get the touchdown when they needed it most. That score now makes it a 2-possession game. And guys, with just seconds to go on the game clock, this thing is all but over.
Back to throw. It's a fake, and the kicker's going to throw it. And they'll knock him down. At the end of that play, there is a Nittany Lion still shaken up and down on the field. Trainers are out there having a look at this freshman defensive tackle to see if he is going to be able to continue. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces second down.
I think the frustrating thing for this offense at this point is they've had a lot of success, and still they find themselves down on the scoreboard. And so I think if you're going to get back in this game, you've got to go back to the well. Think about the play calls that have worked for you in this game, where you found success, where you found your explosive plays. Don't be afraid to call those plays again right now in this 2-minute situation.
On third and long, he has to throw for it. Just gets rid of it to the running back underneath. And that will be the final play as the clock strikes 0 here. What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the fourth quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it for us as the season marches on. For David Pollack, Jesse Palmer, and Holly Rowe, I'm Reese Davis. This has been a presentation of EA Sports College Football.